all they can and taking as many people as they can. They give people meals, showers, clothes, and so much more. I hear people bring up crime, but how do they know these people are from ChristNet? Do you think every homeless person is a criminal or a drug user? Because that is blatant profiling. The fact that you are thinking about closing ChristNet at all is disgusting and dehumanizing to me. And if you have humanity in you at all, you will keep ChristNet open, and you will provide them with the funding they need to continue to help people. All right, and then one more. Good evening, Clerk Bauer. I tried to e-comment. Okay. And hopefully you will receive this if there's still time to comment. Thank you. To the City Council. I think the main problem is that this ChristNet facility does not provide a place for homeless people to stay at night. This facility is drawing in people in need from other areas into our city. All of these homeless people did not originate in Taylor. I think a real solution, if ChristNet and those against relocation want one, and since people are already moving from one area to another, is to have one very large gated facility in a rural location where ChristNet can provide beds and overnight accommodation to a large number of people in need. The people who live in the neighborhood near Eureka need to be heard by the council, and relocation needs to occur as soon as possible. Sincerely, David Phillips, Taylor resident. That's all I have. Thank you.
Our secretary has a online comment.
Okay, it says, hi, my name is Mandy. I've been a resident of Taylor for over 40 years. The homeless issue has become a huge issue in our city. Our children and our schools are at risk with this in the city. How about ChristNet buy a large parcel with acreage and open a facility which can house the homeless? How would you like it to have someone on drugs pounding on your door all hours of the night, using drugs in front of your children at school, sleeping on the streets, camping in your wooded areas all over the city, etc.? You say it was not brought to your attention, which is 100% false. Residents, business owners have been at your doors, ChristNet. I understand they need resources and help. However, I do not feel it needs to be in the middle of the city. Our governor just passed a bill to give $500 to Dreamers, homecomers to house them. Why not do this for the homeless? Why not have more funding to help with drugs with our veterans that are suffering from PTSD? With more help on these issues, we would then have less homeless. Thank you, Mandy, Taylor resident.
All right, thank you. All right, Reverend Judges.
I just wanted to speak. Of course, I'm 32 years involved with ChristNet. ChristNet is committed to working with neighbors, and so that there is ongoing communication about any incidents that occur. There has not been good communication with ChristNet directly. A lot of these complaints that are being raised we are hearing really for the first time. There have been a couple of instances where neighbors have come to us. We have sought to address that. Anything around the periphery, we have cameras. We are able to monitor who might be camping out there, anyone is camping out there. It's just, it's not appeared on any cameras despite excellent coverage around our building. But that doesn't mean that what neighbors are reporting are not real issues. We want to be able to address those. We need to have a task force here that addresses it. The neighbors need to have a hotline with ChristNet to be able to say, we've got a problem here, et cetera, so that these are identified and that we can work to resolve them. Taylor has been a creative community addressing its needs. I mean, this is one of the hallmarks of Taylor over the last 3.5 decades that I have been here. The creativity that is brought to sometimes old issues and resolve them. We need to be working together to resolve these issues. So services are provided, but without problems for the neighbors, our neighbors. We want to be a good neighbor in our community, and we're committed to being so. And we need to move forward accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you. Further public comments? Gentlemen, and then Ricky, after this gentleman's asked to speak.
I just got a little comment about that. How can we have talked about this with, you say it was your first time hearing about this, but our first time hearing about this was when the doors opened. nobody ever knocked on our doors and discussed plans on what was going on. Everything was closed doors. We never got a warning. Because guess what? This issue would have been resolved. How long ago? How long ago did you guys buy the building?
Sir, please address
This
your
issue,
comments.
this issue would have been solved or discussed when the building was purchased. It was never discussed with our neighborhood. It would have been addressed then. It was shoved down our throats. Thank you.
All right, it's 10 o'clock at this point. What I would ask is if there are new comments. We're starting to get repetition of what has been stated. Certainly, if there are kind of closing arguments, Mr. Speck.
I'm very familiar with that, Sheriff. You know, as I've sat here and I've listened to all the rhetoric and the chattering, and I've looked at the FOIA materials, the reality is that as I've looked at the Wayne Metro interaction and the fact that they've got this big federal money, what they don't bring in money is the hearts of these people. The hearts of the people, the churches that have invested their lives in this organization, that have opened the doors of their churches so that these homeless people in the middle of winter have a place to stay. Federal money is not going to do what the hearts of these people do, and it's not going to buy their hearts to do it. They do it because of the connection they've had with Christ for years. Some of them 30, 40, 32 years. You're forgetting all that, I think. You've heard from all these people from these churches that have invested their time to make this organization supported. Another organization moves in there, you've lost that all. And you've made a very bad mistake. You need to take the position that we can work with this organization. I've worked with an attorney. I picked a homeless guy, put him in my car. Think of that. I took him to a house, took him to my office, and had him work with me. How many of you all done that? Any of you? I'll leave that to your conscience. Don't stop the hearts from working with federal money. That is stupid.
Please come forward.
Move down the street.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please. Sorry.
Sometimes I get nervous and start to chatter. And
You're fine. Welcome.
my name is Henry Fisher. I live in Taylor, Michigan, or Taylor here. And I had the opportunity last night. I wanted to see what ChristNet was all about. They didn't know why it was coming. I went through that whole place last night. Everything was extremely clean. And some of the people who keep it clean are the people who eat there. I'm telling you, they do their job. I think that what these people need, as I sat here and listened to everybody, because I've done the stayovers at different churches, and they go, then they leave. Same thing. They feed these homeless people, and they all of a sudden they have to get up and leave. I think maybe we can get part of this committee to stop by and be there and just talk to the people and listen to them before they leave, and know that they are loved and Jesus is by their side. And I think if any of you people have never been there on this board, I think it's your job to stop in there and see what these people are doing in your community to feed them every single day. Thank you.
Thank you.
I realized that when we first opened up, there was a lot of problems. And during those times, I have done everything, we have done everything we can to solve those problems. We did have problems inside, we during the birthday party, and I understand that. But we added a camera because I could not identify the person that was doing it. We paid Guardian Alarm to add an additional camera so that we could, so that as I look at the camera, I can see what is going on